Good morning, students. Welcome back to RV online classes. Today I am going to discuss the poem Zumbo Zat. First, I want to read the poem. Would you do if you found any elephant in your garden? That is exactly what happens to the poet in this poem, Jumbo Jet. I saw a little elephant standing in my garden. I said, you don't belong in here. He said, I beg your pardon. I said, this place is England. What are you doing here? He said, oh, then I must be lost. And then, oh dear, I should be back in Africa on Serengeti's plain. Pray, where is the nearest station where I can catch a train? He caught the bus to Finchley and then to the Miniking Lane and over the embankment where he got lost again. The police, they put him in a cell far too small, so they tied him to a lamppost and he slept against the wall. But as the policeman lay sleeping by the twinkling light of dawn, were there, but the elephant was gone. So if you see an elephant in a jumbo jet, you can be sure that Africa's the he has trying to get. This poem was written by Spike Milligan. This poem was written by Spike Milligan. Then what is meant by jumbo jet? Jumbo jet means a very big aircraft which carries more passengers. That is known as jumbo jet. Very big aircraft which can carry people. Jumbo jet means a very big aircraft which can carry more people. Now, situation is the poet is coming out of his home and he is walking in his garden. All of a sudden, he saw a elephant, a little elephant, and by seeing that one, what he felt, he is speaking. I saw a little elephant standing in my garden. He saw the elephant in a garden. I said, you don't belong in here. And he is speaking to that elephant, you are not belong here. Then that elephant said, he said, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Now that elephant is saying, I beg your pardon. Pardon means someone to repeat what they have said just. See here, pardon means want someone to repeat what they have just said. Pardon means. Now that elephant is asking, please repeat the words which now you spoke. I said, then that speaker or poet said, this place is England. Now what he is saying, this place is England. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? He is asking. This place is England. What you are doing here? He said, oh, then I must be lost. Now that elephant came to know that he lost himself. And then, oh dear, oh dear. Now that elephant came to know that he lost. I should be back in Africa and Serengeti's plain. Now it is saying, okay, I must be back to my own place. Pray, where is the nearest station where I can catch a train? Now that elephant is asking to the speaker or poet to pray the God to reach back to his. That is asking which station, where is the nearest station where I can catch a train. He want to go back, so he is asking to the speaker which is the nearest station which I can catch the train. He caught the bus to Finchley and then to the Meniking Lane. Now, first at the beginning, it caught the bus, went to that Finchley and then Meniking Lane, and over the embankment where he got lost again. Here, again, it went to the embankment. Embankment is the place, the name of an underground station in London. It is the underground station which is in the London. Again, it is lost himself. The police, they put him in a cell. The police caught that elephant and they put it in a cell. Cell means your jail. But it was far too small. See here, the cell was too small to that little elephant. Means the place was sufficient for that elephant. So what they done? So they tied him to a post. What they done? They tied that little elephant to the lamp post. What is the lamp post? A tall pole at the side of the road with street light. A tall pole for which the lamp will be there. They tied that elephant to this lamp post because the sun is too small for that elephant. The sun is too small for that elephant. So what they done? They tied that elephant to this lamp post. And he slept against. After tying what that elephant done, it slept against the wall. But as the policeman lay sleeping by the twinkling light of dawn, against to that the policeman was sleeping till the dawn. Dawn means the early morning. Dawn means early morning. Twinkling light. The lamp post and the wall were there, but the elephant was gone. After opening his eyes, he saw that the lamp post is there only and the wall is there only, but the elephant is not there. It is gone. So if you see an elephant in the jumbo jet, you can be sure that Africa's that place he is trying to get it. See here what the speaker is saying. If you see elephant, which is finding about that jumbo jet, a big aircraft to travel to the Africa. He is trying to get. Here, the speaker want to share the feelings. All of a sudden, if you see the unknown problem, what happens to the speaker? You want to share that one with the example of this elephant. Now, again, I want to repeat the poem. I saw a little elephant standing in my garden. I said, "You do not belong in here." He said, "I beg your pardon." I said, "This place is England. What are you doing here?" He said, "Oh, then I must be lost." And then, oh dear, I should be back in Africa on Serengeti's plain. Pray, where is the nearest station where I can catch a train? He caught the bus to Finchley and then Menacing Lane and over the embankment where he got lost again. The police, they put him in a cell, but it was far too small. So they tied him to a lamppost and slept against the wall. But as the policeman lay sleeping by the twinkling light of dawn, the lamppost and the wall were there, but the elephant was gone. So if you see an elephant in a jumbo jet, you can be sure that Africa's the place he is trying to get, written by Spike Milligan. Okay, now we will write the words arguments of words which are explained. Meanings. First one, jumbo jet. A very big, a very big, a very large aircraft, aircraft that can carry many people are passengers. People are passengers. Next, second one, pardon. Pardon, want someone to repeat what they have just said. Next one, pray. speak to God. Next, dawn. Dawn. The early morning. The early morning. The early morning. Next, lamp post. A tall pole at the side of the road with a light on the top. Lamp post means a tall pole at the side of the road with a light on the top. Okay, now I want to summarize the poem. Jumbo Jet poem tells us the story of an elephant that is in London and trying to make its way back to Africa. Here, this poem tells us an elephant that is in London and it is trying to make its way to the Africa. In the first lines of this poem, the speaker begins by telling the reader how he went outside one day and found an elephant in his garden. He was shocked to see him there and told him immediately that he should not be there. He should not be there. The elephant was confused. But eventually realized how lost he is. In the next lines, the elephant asks for the speakers to help getting back to the Africa. He wants to get back to the Africa and the plains on which should be roaming. The poem concludes with the speaker describing how the elephant got lost after getting the Thames embankment. I already told you what is the embankment, the underground station in London. He was then caught by the police, tied up outside to a lamppost. It is tied up to outside for the lamppost and then became lost once more when he wandered. Again he lost himself and then he got wandered off during the early morning hours in the couplet of the speaker in an upbeat tone. Assure the reader that if they see an elephant on Jumbo Jet plane, that he is simply trying to get home to Africa. Here, the main theme of this poem is all of a sudden we get unknown problem means we will get confused. This is the main theme in this poem. The problem is compared with the elephant. The problem is compared with that elephant and speaker in this poem, speaker is poet. The speaker is poet. I hope you understood the poem. Thank you. Have a nice day.